So, what we got going on here is the Judgment card for your underlying energy, Libra. So this is some sort of call to action, some sort of decision that you have to make. I get this feeling for a lot of you guys, you may have a difficult decision ahead in regards to some sort of situation in which you thought was dead. Maybe something comes back and you kind of have to figure out whether to go with it or not, or whatever, right? It's ultimately up to you guys. No one can tell you how to live your life or anything like that, but Judgment is saying that this is a situation in which, you know, once the decision is made, it's really hardly any turning back. I think it's perhaps an offer of long-term commitment, something stable, something grounded, something that can last quite a long time, and now it's like making that leap, right? Whether to take it or to not. Either way, it's going to get you to that Ace of Pentacles. It just depends on how or what kind of Ace of Pentacles are you starting off as. Now, the Two of Wands is in the heart of the reading, so we're already starting off with the decision making, the challenge. Something needs to be decided. Something needs to be made. In regards to the direction, right? I think honestly, there really needs to be some sort of decision making going on. Like, which path do you guys want to go? What makes you guys feel the best? Like, obviously, it would be easier to just say, like, yeah, it's all about, you know, picking which direction, doing it. But the situation comes up with the Ace of Cups being in your crossings that you don't necessarily have an idea of what you want. I think this is like emotional and something that has to do with love, and you kind of don't know where to go, where to start, especially with love, if you even want love right now. Because the Ace of Cups can be your heart's desire. It can be something that's, you know, this is a new beginning, yes. But the thing is, like, perhaps you guys are not really feeling this new love thing or wanting to get back into a relationship. For some of you guys, maybe this is something about getting back into a relationship. You guys want to, but maybe you guys just, like, don't know what it is that you want to even get started on a relationship in the first place. Now, in the past, you know, that makes sense and all because of the past Three of Swords. You had some old issues, some heartaches, some things that really were not, like, it didn't work out. And it may have hurt you in a great way. Like, even if the person didn't do anything really, if there is some sort of wound, some sort of trauma that was experienced here. And the thing is that it's been in your heart for quite some time. It's not new. It's been there for some ages, and it's about taking a look at what was going on and what hurt you and healing those things, which I feel like you've done already, because now you have the Ten of Cups. I feel like you've got harmony, you've got balance, things are kind of looking up, you know. I feel like there was some pain here, but I feel like you're okay now. I think you're completing the cycle, leaving it behind. If it wasn't a good cycle that was, you know, with like happily ever after and, you know, family and, you know, love and everything like that, you have love for yourself that in a way is your happily ever after. So there was some sort of closing of the cycle, but then all of a sudden, as you're closing the cycle, something new starts, and then you're like, that's really where the whole decision making is kind of like hard to. That's why the decision making. Well, that's why it's hard to make a decision right now, because you just completed something. You just ended a relationship. You just ended some sort of cycle, and you have barely gotten time to really recover. But the thing is, it's like, yeah, you're ready now. Let's go ahead and jump into it. It's crazy how it's laid out, because in the future you have the Six of Swords. You have some sort of traveling to do, going from place to place. Perhaps you guys are transitioning, you know, leaving one thing behind, which is the Ten of Cups rather, and traveling to the new world, which is, you know, traveling to the new area, the new mindset, the new feelings, everything. Moving on from this Ten of Cups energy to the Ace of Cups. For some of you guys, it may be that, or this is moving on to, you know, bigger and better things, because, you know, the situation here has shown you guys that even though things may not have worked out the best, it doesn't mean that it keeps your options limited. It doesn't mean that you won't have a lot of avenues in which to start. And as a matter of fact, I feel like immediately after what you've learned from this relationship, you're able to actually apply it to a relationship that you can manifest or that you're involved with now, or someone that's trying to open up, or rather someone that's trying to get you to be in a relationship with them anyway. Like, I feel like you have something that you to offer with this one, or at least you have a better idea than you realize regarding what you want in regards to a relationship. The reason why I say that is because your goal and ambition is the Queen of Wands. You want to have more confidence going into a relationship. You don't want to feel like, you know, you're You're hanging out and hanging in the balance, to say the very least. You know, I feel like you want to go. You want, you know, you're a little bit more aggressive when it comes to your relationships now. You're very self-centered, which is good. You know, you want to. You're like, what about me? That's the constant thinking in your mind, instead of the typical Libra way of, you know, yeah, well, how does this person feel if I did this? Well, what did this person think? It's about what do you want, and if you're going to be able to get it from this individual, because you're tired of not, you know, getting anything back. And I feel like that's the thing, right? Focusing on you, focusing on what you want. Of course, not being inconsiderate and trying to use people, and you know, doing all that. But I really feel like with the Queen of Wands coming up, right, in your golden division, this is you guys wanting to feel good with the relationship that you're in, making sure that you're taken care of, making sure that you get what you want out of it, and nothing else, really. You know what I mean? Of course, you want to be the best partner as possible. You want to be considerate, but you still have, you know, that's what makes Aries the best in relationships, believe it or not, is because they are self-centered. They think about what they want to do. They always do what they want to do, which makes them authentic, which makes them real. You know, they're not doing something to appease someone else. They're doing it because because it makes them feel good. So that's the thing. You guys want to be that way. You guys want to be that person that feels good in what they do in every moment that they do it. Now, your outcome is showing the external energy is showing the 8 of Swords. So you guys are feeling very trapped in your thoughts. You know, there's like you feel like, you know, you're kind of stuck in the situation. It's almost like, not necessarily stuck. I kind of get this feeling that you guys don't really want to get out of this the 8 of Swords here. Like, for some of you guys, it's like, yeah, the ending of the cycle is there, but like, how do you move on from something like so disappointing? How do you move forward after something that didn't work out? How do you like even imagine what could happen if all you've ever gotten was the 3 swords, right? You just, you know, you get time and time again, swords. You get time and time again, like, you know, something, you know, hurtful, or something that not working out, or in some sort of way, and it's almost hard to see that there is a potential for happiness here, which is very fair enough to say, but that doesn't mean that that's the right mindset, right? You know, if like we go into something thinking, oh, it's going to fail the second we get into it, you're perpetuating it to fail. It's about breaking free from the mindset of thinking that this 10 of Cups is never going to happen, or thinking, you know, or thinking that there is no other way, there's no other happiness that you can obtain. You always have to obtain happiness within yourself before you can begin to feel good. That's why you have the 9 of Cups before you have the 10. This is talking about, you know, hey, you passed the 9, so you have felt some sort of, you know, there's something that's missing regarding this. If you skip that, I feel like that either you already have that 9 of Cups, but you know how to be happy within yourself. You don't need anybody else to be happy for you, or you don't need anybody else to make you feel happy, which I feel like that could be for a lot of you guys, because you have the 3 of Swords, and that just talks about you facing old issues, but you've healed them already. It talks about you've healed them, you put them in the past, but have you really? Because there's something that's missing here. There's this perpetual thought of, hey, you know what, this is just how relationships are. I don't really know if I could trust it. But that kind of mindset, though, is keeping you from being able to manifest more. And it could be also delaying a beginning, okay? And I think also it's blocking your healing as well, your healing abilities, your healing, your true, fully healing of the situation. It's not just, you know, Ace of Cups is not just love, it's also healing. And I feel like for some of you guys, it's just that thought. It's like, you know, because something may have happened in the past that didn't work out, or that, you know, that really hurt you really badly, you're gonna just expect it. Don't expect the worst. You know that you're gonna have the best. That's the way it works. Know that you're gonna have the best. If faith, a friend of mine, she said that faith is just a fake way of pretty much saying that saying that you may have something. It's not 100% there. When you not faith, excuse me. When you hope, it's different, right? Faith is knowing. That's what she said to me. Faith is knowing. If you know that you can have a successful relationship, if you want a successful relationship, you have to believe it. You have to have faith. You have to know that it will happen. That means learning how to. This means learning how to heal yourself, which is important, but also most importantly as well, knowing that what does to come is going to be the best. This is going to help you in your higher self, in your highest good. Everything happens for his highest good. So your outcome shows the Magician. So this is also a really good card because it talks about, you know, being ready, having everything you need. There is nothing there's no situation that you go into without having everything you need. Everything comes to you when it needs to, or you learn it in that cycle, whatever, right? It doesn't mean that you're stupid. It doesn't mean that you're just bound to fail. It means that there's some things and ways and experiences that you have to learn in certain aspects. And even then, right, it could be a success and you still learn something at all. Well, but it doesn't matter what you come in with. It matters that you know what you know what you got. You know that you are the person that can manifest whatever you want to manifest. You know what I mean? It means that you've got everything you need inside of you at all times. And I feel like you guys realize that because of the Queen of Wands in your goal and ambition. Taking charge, feeling confident, knowing that you can make this relationship happen. You can take this Ace of Cups and make it the best thing you've ever had. For some of you guys, it could be that this is a person from the past. This could be somebody that you thought that, wasn't going to come back to you, but they have. But you have to allow this person, you have to allow yourself more importantly to be the selfish individual in this relationship so you can be the happy person that you can be. If that is the goal for you. Or most importantly, just believe that you can have what you want. But you have to have confidence in yourself first. If you don't have confidence, right, then it's like, it's going to be hard to combat this Eight of Swords energy. It's going to be hard to combat that Eight of Swords energy. So let's go ahead and take a look at your Wisdom of the Oracles for this month. I got a new deck as well called the Messenger Oracle. I'm going to be using that as well. I used it in a bonus video for when Venus went retrograde. I really suggest y'all watching that if y'all haven't, because it's good advice for the Venus retrograde from the 8th to the 5th of October to the 16th of November. So you guys have Go the Distance and Observer. And this is a really cool combination in itself, because the Go the Distance card talks about having the strength to go through something, push forward. You may just need to just keep riding the waves or keep running that mile, keep yourself at a steady pace. And, as you go through your journey. And then you have Observer here, that talks about taking a look at your surroundings, watching things, being observant. You learn the best, you learn the most about a person by listening listening and watching, and if you have your eyes open, you'll learn a lot about yourself. You'll learn a lot about the relationships that you're in. You'll learn a lot more about yourself as well. But be careful that observation doesn't keep you from actually taking action. Okay. These cards are getting sticky. Don't know why. What's going on here? It wouldn't even come out. Alright. See what the Messenger Oracle has to say for us this week. Ooh, you guys have 2. Okay. One of them sounds real contradicting, but we're gonna keep moving with that one. Even though you guys got 2. And you know what? You guys are going to be mostly, you and Scorpio are going to be mostly affected by this transit, by the way. Because Venus is your ruling planet in the south, but in this retrograding back into to Libra, which is not going to happen sometime until like the 6th, 7th, or 8th of November. 8th of November. But, yes. See, this is what's going on here. So you guys have reveal your truth, which is practically being the Queen of Wands, and then you have embrace your femininity. Well, embrace the feminine aspect of you. Men out there, listen to me. This means you too. All right. Don't be mad. Don't be thinking that you're too good to be soft. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with being soft, gentle, and knowing and having needs. Okay, that's what the feminine energy has, needs. Masculine energy has needs. But the thing is with the feminine, right, embracing the feminine, is that you have to accept where you're vulnerable. And not you see them as weakness or soft points, but utilize them as strengths. Okay? Utilize them as strengths. And the reason why I say that too is because you have to reveal your truth about what you want, where you are, reveal the true essence of yourself, which is this feminine energy that you have. No, believe it or not, Libra, you guys are very masculine. Women too. right? That you guys are a masculine sign. You're air, and being that it's, even though it's Venus, right? Even though it's Venus rules divine feminine, there's a very masculine component to you, which is your air quality. And you have to embrace that. It may be a little harder, but it's okay, because this is about you. This is about being open to love. Ace of Cups, opening yourself up to new emotional opportunities. Instead of logically getting, talking yourself out of it, thinking of, trying to back out. No, don't back out. Don't think like you can't handle it, because that thinking is going to keep you from being able to open up, to heal, to really see your surroundings and really give yourself a fair shot. Because this is not about the other person, even though this person may be from the past, someone may have hurt you, or something may have badly happened, or something may have happened that really disappointed the both of you, right? Maybe nobody did anything wrong, it just didn't click in that moment, but this is your opportunity now to see it. Now, you don't have to take it, like I'm saying, but this is all your opportunity to truly be in touch with your feminine side, to connect with your emotional side, to get your, to listen to your intuition the most. Because right now, this is about your confidence. Are you confident enough to begin something new with this person that you may have history with? You may not. For those of you that may not, that part of the message may not resonate. But this is somebody you may know. Somebody out there. There's somebody you may already know. Are you willing to give it a shot? Are you willing to give it a shot? It doesn't matter how many times you've been with them, and no matter how many times you've been disappointed. Are you willing to give it a shot? Why not? And is it because you feel it's not the best for you regarding your recovery, your healing? Right? There's so many questions. There's so many things you can ask yourself, but it's about you. The focus is going to be about you.